The late 2010s and early 2020s have proven to be a very boundary-pushing time for music. Thanks to the internet and streaming, we've seen an explosion of genre-bending artists. You know what I'm talking about, people who can't exactly be categorized as one thing. I'm thinking the Brockhamptons or the FKA Twigs. I mean, the longest running #1 hit of all time was a rap country mixture. That should tell you everything you need to know about the state we currently find ourselves in with regards to the music industry. In this world of genre-bending artists, there's one that I've fallen in love with recently. This artist is Liv, spelled Liv.e. Now, some of y'all may be familiar with Liv because she was featured on Earl Sweatshirt's Feet of Clay EP, and that gives me the opportunity to talk about the slums or low New York movement. The movement is associated with acts like Earl Sweatshirt, Mike, and Mavi. The songs in this style generally use dusty jazz or soul loops that have been structured in a loose and sometimes distorted way. These shapeless and often lo-fi arrangements are accompanied by some conscious and/or personal bars that complement the homegrown nature of this sound. Now, Liv is an artist that uses this structure not as a crutch, but rather as a jumping-off point. Oftentimes her music features these lo-fi jazz textures, but Liv refuses to be painted into a corner by it. She pulls from soul, neo-soul, R&B, jazz, hip-hop, and to some extent spoken word. She's like a chameleon, taking the multiple tropes of these genres and shaping them to her desire. And her delivery has got range. Songs like Wild Animals feature her ability as both a singer and songwriter, as she writes about her experience dealing with, well, thirsty dudes. And definitely a single worth checking out. Some songs off her 2020 album, Couldn't Wait to Tell You, feature this extremely casual delivery that is basically spoken word. Not everyone can pull off something like Lessons from My Mistakes. The casual spoken lyrics, the fake out in the middle, the beat switch, it's all over the place and yet feels cohesive. It's like a dream. Where most artists focus so intensely on love itself, the feeling, the experience, and the verb, Liv focuses on the moments in between love. The moments where love is only a concept. The contemplative moments between love dying or flourishing. A methodical breakdown of something uncertain. The fragmented structure of these songs feels like when you're potentially interested in a partner, but you're too afraid to fully attach yourself. So you figment these ideas in your head, but you don't let yourself revel in them too long before reality brings you back to earth. Y'all have done that too, right? I'm not crazy, right? Right? Whether it be Liv reminding us that sometimes the little moments are the really big ones on About Love at 21, or her admitting that she has a new crush on She's My Brand New Crush Today, Liv is giving us a really intimate account of the love she's experienced or is anticipating experiencing. On Lessons from My Mistakes, But I Lost Your Number, Liv ends the song prematurely, and the effect is ultimately kind of unsatisfying. Then she has a fourth wall break and acknowledges that we thought the song was over, before bringing it back to life. In many ways, this is what it feels like to end a relationship prematurely. It's unsatisfying, and it can kind of feel like the end of a story that was meant to have more chapters. But alas, life keeps moving. And despite the heartbreak, one cannot stop the tides of life from continuing to sway. Her delivery on this track is one of a few instances where Liv's spoken word style shines. Another cool example in the track list is Cut to the Chase, where she really embraces this style and essentially just recites a poem.
And the old get meaner as they lose their attempts to care, and the world gets hotter because they cast their cares away, and the old get meaner.
Now, there are so many songs on this project that I could point out. I feel like I could talk about this record for hours, but here's why I'm really talking about Liv. While the songs on Couldn't Wait to Tell Ya are extremely cool and meaningful, they can occasionally come off more as loose ideas than fully fledged songs. Although I think this was partially intentional, and it does add to the aesthetic of the record, this new single, Wild Animals, feels more like a structured and focused song than most of her previous work. I've heard that she's set to drop a new album in 2023, and if this single is a forecast of the quality we can expect to be getting, then I'm ridiculously excited. So, have you guys ever listened to Liv? And if you have, what songs do you like by her? I personally love her, and I think you guys should check her out. Thank you.